Johnny Rowland, your host of our shooting program, and I do mean our shooting program. Because, friends, the only reason that you're watching us on television today is because you wanted us on TV. That's why we're here. Your contributions are why we're here today. And again, we appreciate so much every dollar that's come in, everything that all of you have done. We know some people have written letters. We know you've made phone calls on our behalf. And let me tell you what, we're going to have some numbers later on in the show today that will really be helpful to you. You know, friends, as we talked about on last week's program, we need so much to establish our own network. We're not talking about that much money, not nearly what the majors use. Heck, we could have a network on for probably 10 years for what it costs for one of these major television programs for a year. My goodness. Some of the network TV shows have literally, per episode, have millions of dollars available. And it's unbelievable. And you can see, yes, the sun is starting to shine through just a little bit like it has for the shooting show and certainly our family of programming. We're so appreciative of everyone being with us. We have a great show for you today. We have some footage from the Ladies Charity Classic down in Houston, Texas. We have some footage with our good friend Harold Terry and one of our viewers that came down for some training. And we have certainly some good shooting to do here. We have some things I think you're really going to want to know about. I want to make a point right now. Of course, we've got a jet flying over, right back to semi-normal. And realize that we cannot afford the high-priced facility. Our picture may be a little bit fuzzy compared to what it was a couple of months ago, but that's okay, because at least we're here, and you have told us that our information is more important sometimes than the absolute crystal clear picture. We're going to get it. We're going to upgrade as soon as we can. We appreciate everyone who is helping us, absolutely. And we'll go ahead. I think you can hear well enough, even though we've got a jet there. Hopefully you can hear me all right. You know, friends, the anti-gun types are always going to be there, because there are people that cannot cope with reality, that don't understand what it's all about. They can't cope with the concept of personal protection. Heck, they can't even cope with the concept of personal responsibility. So they're always going to be there, and we as patriotic, right-thinking Americans, you know, there's several ways we can approach this. Be sure we got bullets here. Little case in point here. See the shot stop over on the right? You know, the three of them there. The one on the right is the one we use for the larger caliber. That is a pretty difficult target to knock over. So let's shoot it with this 22 and let's see what happens. You see what's happening? It's just moving the target slightly. It just goes tink, 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 because we're not hitting it with a bullet that is strong enough to take it down. Now then, let's hit it with a big bore. See, it pushed it right over. It pushed it right over. That is a knockout punch. But you'll notice behind it, another one popped right back up. And that's the way freedom is. Every battle we win, there will always be more opposition. Remember in World War I, the things that I've read about it, World War I was supposed to be the war to end all wars. Well, heck, maybe for that particular group of people, but look what happened just 20-odd years later when Hitler and those people came up. They were ready to fight another one. There's always going to be another war. There will always be more people who want to take away your rights and my rights. And you know what you have to do? You have to defeat them over and over and over. See, you have to keep on. And occasionally, you have to bring out the really big bores. And give them a punch they won't forget. So, the whole point, friends, is that's what our shooting show is about. You know what the knockout punch is? The pure, unadulterated truth. You'll win with the truth. But what happens if you can't present the truth? Hey, remember, all good people have to do for evil to triumph is do nothing. It's all we have to do. All the decent people have to do for the evil side to win, for the tyrannical people, for the socialists, for the Marxists to win, is do nothing. That's why we're here, because only in this modern age, television is the key to reaching as many people as can be reached. You know, I enjoy these gun magazines. They're entertaining. I read them myself, you know, but I don't have to be convinced. We have advertisers that will spend $20,000 a page to advertise, up to $20,000, sometimes a little more, in these gun magazines. Well, that's great. That's all well and good. And some of the people like Ruger and Remington, they have race cars now, NASCAR. So they get to run that car around the track and let people see their nice sign on their car, which is great. I think NASCAR is a nice sport, nice entertainment. Would you tell me what good that's going to do toward keeping our rights as shooters, as patriotic Americans? What good's that going to do? Have a car with your colors on it? That's fine. Nice little advertising thing. Probably spent $1 million for a race team. Well, what in the world, what does that race car say? He said, oh, hey, Martha, there's a car with Ruger written on the side of it. And that's nice. That's fine. They want to do it. That's great. But tell me what that's going to do to preserve our gun rights. Now, what's that about? Okay? Well, they can spend a little money, comparatively speaking, here with our shooting show and do, who knows, thousands of times more good toward retaining our gun rights, because we reach more new shooters with every program, more new shooters, people that don't know much about guns, than all these books combined, all their race cars combined, because that's what this is. It's the shooting show. So we hope that we can strike a chord here with some of these people where they'll feel like that maybe they should become interested in gun television. And you know what? The only place we're going to get the truth out on how these guns really work, what our rights what rights are being taken away, what the fight is, to find out an up-to-the-minute scenario of just what the battle is right here on this shooting show, on satellite TV. And of course, the more cable companies that we pick up, the further we go. That's why we need our own network, because more and more cable companies will pick up our programming if we have a block of time they can tune to every day and leave their antenna set there, their dish set there, and we can reach people. Friends, this is not just a job for me, certainly not. It is a mission, it is a quest. It is something that we cannot afford to lose. Very few times in the course of human history, from the very beginning, have people been free to live their own lives, pursue their own dreams. Here in the United States of America, we're free to do that. And there are people right now planning in Washington, in the United Nations, in the big financial institutions that are multinational, that literally want all of us enslaved. Now, that's the way it is. And the only way we're going to do something about it is to know about it. And certainly, the information you get here on this shooting show, you can't get anywhere else on TV. So we appreciate so much that everyone has done. We do have a great show for you. And let's get on with some shooting. Well, friends, here's Bobby and I down at the Women's Charity Classic here on the range down in Houston, Texas. So we'll take a look later today at what these ladies are doing. And this is lunch line. Quite a varied crowd. We have one of the local performers from the Old West gunfight type performances. So really a great group of people. Well, friends, here we are at the Ladies Charity Classic, and this lovely lady is Deb Cleverton. And where are you from, Deb?
From Houston.
From Houston, and we were down last year for a skeet shoot or
Sporting Play, Ladies Charity Classic.
Met you folks, and of course a lot of our viewing audience has seen your promotion on our program. And Deb, tell us, just give us a quick rundown on the match before we go start looking here.
Okay, this is a fun shoot for ladies. It's benefiting a wonderful charity, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. There are 4 basic fields. The ladies will be shooting a 9mm Smith & Wesson, a 22 semi-automatic, 22 revolver, and a 38, actually a 357, shooting 38s. There are 50 total points, and we have bonus points, and each lady has orientation from Smith & Wesson before they begin, and Smith & Wesson has provided all the firearms, and Federal has provided all the ammunition.
Well, just looking around, we saw looked like a good food line over there. Looks like your concession is good,
right.
And you have some vendors, and we'll be taking a look at those a little bit later on in the feature. But I think this is great. Now you've got a good turnout. You have
yes, we've had 80 ladies sign up, and this is the first annual, and we're really thrilled that we've had such a good response, and knowing that so many ladies wanted to come out and learn to shoot and have a good time and benefiting a good charity by doing so.
Where do you have people from?
There's a lady from Virginia, a lady from Indiana, from up in the Fort Worth area, Austin, San Antonio.
So just all...
Pretty much all over.
Well, we certainly applaud your efforts. As we've said many times, we've got to get more women involved in shooting.
I think this is a way to get them involved so they know that they're having a good time, and it's not a competition, it's a fun event, and I think it's just a great way to get women involved, and they can come out here and they're not intimidated by shooting in this wonderful shoot.
Well, everyone's going to have eye protection and hearing protection, so they're not going to be hurt, because it's no fun if you get hurt. If your ears hurt, it's no fun.
Right. That's why we have the Smith & Wesson orientation, to get the women familiar with the firearms, and they will actually shoot the firearms.
All right. Well, I tell you what, we're going to explain this stage. This is stage 1.
Okay. The ladies will start with the loaded firearm. They'll shoot a double action first. They will attempt all 5 metal plates, and when they knock each one of those down, they're 2 points apiece. Then they'll attempt the exploding target, and that's worth 4 points on this field.
All stations accepting everybody.
Now, those exploding targets, the degree of difficulty is pretty much on that.
Yes, you have 1.5 inch diameter target, and you have to hit in the orange for them to explode. But we put them at a safe distance so not to harm anyone when they do explode.
Load up. Get one more shot. Field crew is still in an alibi shoot. Field crew is the only one loading.
You missed Missouri.
Okay, you're clear. Go on.
On where the people were from.
Ladies are also from Missouri. Okay, this is field 2, where the ladies will be shooting a 22 revolver, Smith & Wesson model 617. They have 3 cylinders or 18 rounds. Not cylinders, 18 rounds, and they will attempt the clay birds starting from the bottom and shooting upwards, and when they shoot all 10 birds, then they will attempt the exploding target.
On the firing line, the shooters are ready.
Sometimes the birds break, and sometimes just the hole pierces them.
Stand by.
And this lady happens to be from Lexington, Virginia. She's a veterinarian there. We do ask them to go ahead and shoot single action. It gives them better accuracy. The time limit for each field is 2 minutes, so the ladies have a lot of time to concentrate and take their time.
Starting to come along there.
Sure.
Okay.
Shooter at.
All right, now Deb, one, let's tell people where we are in Houston today.
Okay, we're at Bayou Rifle Range. It's a private gun club on the west side of Houston. Membership is about 1,000. It's been here for about 60 years. It's the best kept secret in Houston.
Really?
Right.
Now we have a lady here shooting, and one of the great things, this sport is open to literally all ages and all physical descriptions, I guess.
And this is this lady's mother. Their mother and daughter.
Well, that's wonderful.
Isn't that nice?
That is great.
She had her mother come out.
Now, see, ladies, I don't care. In fact, on last week's program, or recently, I had my 83-year-old mother on the program, and because you ladies can do it, and that's really what you're out here to show, isn't it, Deb?
Right. You don't have to be athletic or young. You can shoot at all ages as long as you can see.
And one of the things we want to mention, this is strictly a sporting approach. We're not talking about self-defense or anything like that today. We want to orient these ladies as gently as possible in what this is about, huh?
They're here to have fun and to shoot for a great cause.
Yes, absolutely. Now, what's going to happen here?
Okay, they're going to use a 2206 Smith & Wesson 22. They have 2 magazines loaded with 10 rounds, and they will attempt all 10 targets. They have to shoot the white target, knock it down, and then they can attempt exploding target.
Fire.
Go, baby, go. We had a bad round, which sometimes happens on rimfire.
30 seconds.
The Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
You know, friends, all of us as shooting enthusiasts should be subscribing to Shotgun News, the trading post for anything that shoots. 3 big issues monthly with literally thousands and thousands of firearms bargains. Give them a call, 1-800-345-6923, a very inexpensive subscription price. Again, 1-800-345-6923. Subscribe today. Now, friends, you'll recognize this fine lady standing next to me. This is my mother, and certainly we want to thank everyone who's helped support our program. And Mama, it's been interesting, hasn't it?
Oh, yes. It's been very interesting and very satisfying.
Well, a lot of you called in and talked to my mother. I tell you, and she's been a huge help to us in fielding phone calls and certainly helping us to keep up with what's going on. You've enjoyed talking to people around the country, haven't you, Mom?
Sure I have. Professionally, I'm a teacher, and I like to talk anyway. And when people have called all over the United States, it's been such a pleasure to talk with you. And I appreciate what you're doing so much for a cause that I believe in, too.
Well, that's really true. We've had such a wonderful response, and I'll tell you what, friends, it's going to take people of all ages. You know, we so desperately need the experience of the senior citizens. We need the participation of the younger people, but it's going to take all of us, because the other side, the people that literally want to take away our rights as free Americans, they work very hard. They're well financed, much better than our side. Even though they're a small minority of the people, they're very well financed, and this is the battle we've been doing. Well, listen, let me tell you how to get in touch with us. You can call Bobby Christie, our marketing director, at 1025 West Garrison in Carthage, Texas. Now, that phone number, we may lose our 800 number, so you might want to certainly write this down, 1-903-693-5097. Again, 1-903-693-5097. That's Bobby's number. And you can give our 800 number a try if you want to, 1-800-728-8486. And if you want to get in touch with me, of course, Johnny Rowland, 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Dubberly, D-U-B-B-E-R-L-Y, Louisiana. The zip code is 71024. And my phone number, if you want to get in touch with me, you'll probably talk to my mother, 1-318-377-5189. Again, this area, 318-377-5189. But I tell you what, we're going to give you some more phone numbers. Now, this is really important. You know what, friends? People pay attention to phone numbers or phone calls. They pay attention to letters. Why don't you give Dylan Precision a call and ask Mike, ask him, please advertise with the shooting show. Now, Dylan Precision is a very successful company. Ask them for one of their free catalogs because they've got a great catalog. Ask them for that, but get a message to Mike, and he's down there most of the time, and trust me, they can afford it, but they don't understand the importance of television, certainly satellite television, and they don't understand how strong this viewing audience is. So, Dylan Precision, their number is 1-800, it's a free call, 762-3845. 1-800-762-3845. Dylan Precision. It's a free call. Ask for a catalog. Tell them to please advertise on the shooting show. They can do it. Get hold of Mike. Okay, we've got another one here. Colt Firearms is up and doing good. They've got a new president. I think the man's got a pretty good sense. I think so. I think he came from Chrysler, and I think this is true, but indications are that they can do something. Now, here's the Colt number. It's area 860-236-6311. I believe this number is correct. That out of the SHOT Show book, and we hope it's correct. Area 860-236-6311. The president's name is Ron Stewart. All right, get these numbers. Okay, Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson is owned by a gigantic holding company. They got money. They can do it. And let me tell you what, if we don't succeed, Smith & Wesson won't have any citizens sell guns to if we lose this battle. So their number, Smith & Wesson, is area 413-781-8300. Again, 413-781-8300 for Smith & Wesson. I don't know who their new president is, but anyway, let's see if we can call and make some sense with it. So don't ask for the ad people because they can't make decisions. Ask for the president of the company, someone with some authority. And we found that out the hard way. You talk to the ad people, they don't know which way is up. Okay, a lot of the time. A few of them do, but not a lot of them. Okay. All right, friends. Now these people here, Storm Ruger, Bill Ruger has had a wonderful, wonderful success in the shooting industry. Now, doggone, if they can have $1 million race car run around on NASCAR, which NASCAR is great, but what the heck good does it do in keeping our gun rights? You explain that to me. Okay. Ruger is area 203-259-4537. Again, Sturm Ruger, and find out, heck, if you can. Now, I've never been able to get Bill Ruger on the phone, but you can get somebody and leave a message, write them a letter, send them a fax, send them email, whatever it takes. But area 203-259-4537. And give Ruger a call and say, look, you really should be working with the shooting show. I mean, let's lay it out for them, friends. I don't know a better way than tell them as forcefully as we possibly can because, look, we're not going to give up, and thanks to you, we don't have to give up now. Please, let's keep our shooting show on the air. Let's make some improvements. Let's improve our equipment. Let's deliver a better quality program. But most of all, let's keep the proper information, the truth about guns and gun ownership coming to the American public. It has to be done. Please, please stay in this battle with us.
May I say just a word?
Sure.
I would like to tell you people that one of the nicer things that you're doing is taking the time to write the letters that you are sending. And it's just wonderful to see your response. And I want to thank you.
Deb, I watched that lady's face when she stepped away from that line, and she had a big grin.
Right.
Ear-to-ear grin. That is great.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and we're all for it. This is great.
This is Field 4. These are soda cans that we shake up and put on the pedestals, and when they're hit, they explode, and grape soda goes flying everywhere, and it's hilarious. They'll have attempt 10 cans, and when they've shot all 10 cans, then they'll attempt the exploding target. And it looks like we're getting ready to go. We do ask them to shoot single action for better accuracy. Said all the women start at a 45-degree angle with the butt of the gun resting on the shelf in front of them with their fingers off the trigger.
Good.
These targets are placed anywhere from 7 to 20 yards out.
For some of the better shooters, you actually have a challenge for.
It's very much, and especially the exploding targets are quite a challenge.
That's the version next.
There we go. There are 18 rounds shot here, 3 speed loaders.
Now, Deb, tell me, now you have a lot of prizes for participating in this match. What kind of prizes are you looking at here?
Well, we have a wonderful donations from local sponsors, anywhere from people like Night Train donating a custom-made luggage, soft cover luggage. We have restaurants. A gentleman that I was contacted is giving away a hunt in Colorado.
Great.
And we have some of the jewelry stores here have donated some very nice watches, and we've had some wonderful local donors that have given us cash donations to help put this event on, and we have 4 of them this year, and we have banners at each field to show how much we appreciate their support. If it wasn't for them, this would not be possible.
Yes.
They had enough faith in us as our first year to donate and help us get this started.
Well, where is the Make-A-Wish Foundation headquartered?
It's a national foundation, but the one here is the Make-A-Wish Foundation of the Texas Gulf Coast, and it is located here in Houston.
Well, I know that your event here, it looks like attendance is great, and I'm sure you're going to make some people that really need a little cheer.
They do. The Make-A-Wish Foundation helps children from 2.5 to 18 years old that will not either live to be 18 years old or they will not recover from their illness, and this brings a lot of happiness to little kids.
I tell you what, friends, you can't get a cause much better than that, huh?
That's
Absolutely.
true. And that's what the Ladies Charity Classics do. We benefit charities that are for women and children.
Well, we're certainly in support of your efforts, and we're going to take some more shots. We appreciate you taking time.
Surely.
Because Deb here is real busy today. and so our folks are going to enjoy seeing just what you're doing.
Okay.
So we wish you a lot of luck. And we're going to walk around here with our camera son, and I know that everyone's going to really enjoy this segment on our show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, what? I've seen that young lady handle a gun before. That's good. Good shot.
Reese right here. She looks like
Jency Darty is here. She's one of the committee members, and she not only is here to shoot it for herself, she also brought her niece and her mom, so we have 3 generations here.
We're all here, and we've shot at everything. No wasted bullets.
Great.
They're all out there in the grass somewhere.
I've seen a lot of smiles here today.
Oh, it's been great fun. It really has. And I'm so surprised that Mother came out and wanted to do this.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. She did a great job. When she turned away from the last station, she had this big grin on her face.
Great.
It was wonderful. It's wonderful.
Well, friends, this is a young lady named Julie, and I tell you, I believe you shot a gun before, huh, Julie?
Not a pistol.
Really? Well, you were doing really well.
Thank you.
We saw you make a longer shot out there, and heck, I was surprised. So you have it. Is it fun? Mm-hmm. Well, do you think this is something good for young people to get involved in?
Yes.
Well, good for you, and we certainly are glad to meet you. A lot of our people will enjoy. One, we have a little tape footage of you shooting, and a lot of good luck to you.
Okay.
Great, we're out.
The Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
Ready on the right, ready on the left.
Your grip is more in line with what
Ready on the firing line.
most of them have been doing.
Shooters are ready. Stand by. Fire.
Get ready, I'm heading back in quickly. Oh, okay.
Man, we were just watching you shoot a moment ago. What's your name?
Sandra Bessier,
Sandra, where are you from?
Houston, Tomball,
Oh, so
actually.
you're from this area?
Yes, sir.
Have you shot a handgun before?
Yes, sir.
Well, it was showing up. Looked like I think you hit all your targets, didn't you?
Yes, sir, I did.
And, of course, the exploding targets are a little harder,
It
aren't
fell off, but it didn't explode.
they? Well, is there something you'd like to tell some of the ladies watching about this sport of handgun shooting?
Everyone should try it. All you need to do is take a beginner's course, and you'll feel very comfortable. And once you've done that, it's lots of fun.
Well, I tell you, we appreciate you talking with us and certainly hope you have a great time for the rest of the time here.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Now, ma'am, what's your name?
My name's Belinda McCracken.
Belinda, where are you from?
I'm from Houston.
From Houston. So we have met several people, of course, from here.
Oh, okay.
Is this your first time to shoot a handgun?
No, I've been shooting for about 6 years
For some
now.
time. Well, I haven't seen you shoot yet,
Oh.
but I'm impressed with what I have seen. A lot of these ladies, it looks like this is not the first time they've done it.
No, I think they've been doing this for a while. Some of these ladies are really, really good.
Well, absolutely. Well, we're glad to come down and see women participating in something that the men have enjoyed for too long by themselves, huh?
That's right. It's our turn now.
Well, is there something you'd like to tell some of the ladies watching about this sport?
I think everyone should try it at least once. I know that I was really afraid to pick up a gun in the beginning. My husband finally talked me into it, and ever since I haven't been able to put it down.
Well, good for you, Belinda. Well, it's certainly nice to meet you. Good luck.
Thank you.
And I know a lot of people are going to enjoy the entire event.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks. Now, friends, take a look at this. This is some Precision Plus ammunition from Georgia Arms, and you'll see this little colored tip on these bullets. And of course, they're packed in these airtight, heavy-duty plastic bags. That is a Nosler ballistic tip bullet. Let me tell you what, friends, that is a first quality. It doesn't get any better than that. I think you're really going to be impressed with the performance of these bullets, these Nosler bullets loaded in this excellent ammunition from Georgia Arms. Now, friends, we really want to thank the good people at Georgia Arms. This is Curtis Shipley, his outfit, and we appreciate so much them coming on and helping to sponsor this program. Certainly that's what we need is more sponsors, people that will jump in with us so we can reach the American people. And Curtis and his people down there have really made an effort here, and we certainly want to extend our thanks to them. However, you're also going to be glad that they did, because more and more people are finding out about this terrific ammunition made by Georgia Arms. These Nostra ballistic tip bullets are absolutely the finest bullet that money can buy. There are some other good companies out there, but no one has exceeded Nostra in quality and accuracy. Let me tell you what. One, we want you to call for a catalog, and we'll be giving that number in just a moment, because they have a free call and a free catalog. And the good news is you get premium custom ammunition for a very economical price. I don't see how they do it, but let me show you something. Earlier today, we were shooting some of their 7mm Magnum ammunition, and we had a Ruger Model 77, belongs to my brother-in-law, a nice gun made back in the 70s. The best group that gun has ever shot was 1.5 inches at 100 yards, which is pretty good, actually. Your standard across-the-counter bolt-action rifle at 100 yards, 1.5 inch groups is pretty darn good. Actually is okay. Well, here is a 1.5 inch group shot with this Georgia Arms ammunition, but guess what, friends? Wasn't shot at 100 yards, it was shot at 200 yards. Believe me, that gun has never shot that good, and we did some shooting with it. Now, wait a minute. Friends, that is fantastic. Now, that is going to be indicative of the accuracy, and of course, your gun, your own gun, whatever caliber you have, it may be better than this. It may be, it won't be much worse, I promise you, because that gun that we shot this out of has never been known for pinpoint accuracy. That is terrific performance. 1.5 inch group at 200 yards is absolutely fantastic. So what you need to do, you need to give our good friends down at Georgia Arms a call, get one of their free catalogs, and let's take a look at that number right now. All right, got your pencil and paper, please. Let's write this down. Georgia Arms, 1-800-624-6861. They're open from 8:30 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday Eastern Standard Time. Okay, Georgia Arms, 1-800-624-6861. Please write this down. It's a free call. You can get a free catalog here, and this is really interesting reading. They have a whole lot of products that we as shooters really do need, and the prices are excellent. That's one of the great things about this company. They really do care about your pocketbook, which is different from a bunch of others. So Georgia Arms, 1-800-624-6861. Give them a call today, friends. They're such nice people, and please thank them for advertising with us here on the Shooting Show. Well, friends, today we're down here on my good friend Harold Terry's training ground here, essentially, and we have a young man down who's from Kentucky, one of our viewers on our program, and his name is Ross Leatherby.
Yes, sir.
And Ross, how did you hear about Brother Harold's school?
I saw him on your show, actually.
Well, now, see, a little plug for all of us here. And we really do appreciate, certainly, one, you paying attention, because you're going to get some of the finest training that I think is available, period. Mm-hmm. And Harold, what are you, the program, what are you doing with Ross here?
We started out Monday, Johnny, with the 45 1911, and we've worked with it with the classroom and with shooting on the range, and we're teaching basically when he leaves me, he will be ready to start getting his instructor to be an instructor. Mm-hmm. We feel that in the in-depth we're going on into this program, that he'll be qualified to take care of himself and also be able to teach.
Well, I'm sure that you're going to give him the best send-off that you possibly can. And the good news is we're seeing more training facilities open around the country due to the proliferation of concealed carry permits, and I think this is a great thing. So we're going to watch some of your instruction here, and I want to really compliment your hat. In fact, Catherine, see if you can home in on this hat. Friends, you'll see it says here, "Not without a fight," and that is a .45 caliber projectile in flight. And of course, this is Harold Terry Personal Defense Academy, and you'll have to call him if you want one of those hats. I don't know. You may have to be a graduate. I don't know. Harold, what's your phone number?
It's area code 318-861-0677, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay, 318-861-0677, and they'll have to talk to you about the hat. The hat is really great.
Well, the hat goes with the graduation.
Goes with graduation. Okay. Well, you can arrange that too, can't you?
I certainly can, and if they the time that they spend with me, I've been teaching Johnny about 50 years now. And it's hard to realize I added it up in order to be a state instructor, and they were asking me how many years I'd taught, and I added it up, and a little over 50 years. So I'm pleased with the time that I've had teaching, and I'm pleased that the program has come in with concealed carry in Louisiana, so we can continue our education of safe gun handling and being able to hit the target. Johnny, we've talked about on every session we've had working together and filming our students and what we do, that the first thing is safety. Safety with the glasses that we have, and the earmuffs, the eyeglasses, and the finger off the trigger until the muzzle is pointed at the target. What I'm going to do is we have a timer that we use to see that the person is within a reasonable amount of time to shoot the handgun. What we're going to show you is the drawing of the handgun, and it's done with two hands. He's making himself ready at the time that the instructor tells him to put his earmuffs on, his gun, and there we go with the drawing and shooting one shot in center of mass. Is the shooter ready? Stand by, very slow and deliberate so they can pick it up on the television. Is the shooter ready? Stand by. Moving into it, bringing it up, kicking your safety off, looking at you. Reholster. As we go through this procedure, we advance it from the one shot to the two shots in the chest. Shooter ready. We're going to shoot two. Stand by. Bringing it up into the... As we're going through this shooting, the ability to follow that, bring that front sight back into focus each time that you fire is the main part of the shooting, along with the stiff wrist, so that and we have the stiff wrist, Johnny, that the gun will hold straight and true. The wrist is stiff, the elbow's locked, and the front sight's lined up the rear sight with an equal amount of light on each side. And as you're looking at the sight, you just squeeze the trigger, and as the shots go off, you just right back. I'm pushing with my strong hand, pulling down and back with my left hand. Then reinserting as soon as the shot is fired, the safety's put on with the thumb that you're holding the gun in, the finger's out on the side of the frame, and the gun is reholstered in your holster, and you're ready for the next. As soon as the handgun is drawn, the safety comes off, two hands are holding and pressing. Then as the shot is fired, the thumb safety goes on, the trigger comes off of the finger comes off the trigger and back into the holster. Johnny, in our program of training, the main thing that you have to do is to be able to take one magazine out and reinsert another one, and while you're participating in many of the drills. So what we do is what we call a tactical reload. The first thing we do is take a new magazine out of our magazine pouch and bring it up and lay it in the side of the fingers like so. Take the magazine out of the gun and drop it over, reinsert the other magazine, and yes, it's called a tactical reload. Now, the other types of reload that we have is if we're coming up, we're bringing the magazine up. We have the magazine in our pouch. We drop the magazine into our hip pocket because we have ammunition in it and we want to keep it, and we just bring the other one up in that fashion. That's two types of reloads that we teach. Because out in the field, you want to be able to have all the ammunition and keep all your magazines, because you might not be able to find them or buy them when you're out on the street. So we keep our magazines, we take them out, put them in our hip pocket, bring another one into play. so that when we get to the end of the street, we can take all of our bullets, cartridges, and put them in one magazine, and we'll have sufficient amount. This is what we teach is street shooting or real-life personal defense. And I know that the police are here for us, but they might not be able to come to our home when we need them. Safety in the home is one of the main factors that we teach in our program here. Gun safety, gun education makes a safe home.
The Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station. Harold, of course, you and I have talked theory and real problems and tactics for many years, but when someone buys a handgun, and of course we're very concerned now, more people being concerned about their personal safety, they're buying handguns, and we want to give the very best information possible. What do you recommend? Someone goes and buys a handgun. What do then?
If it's a gun that they're not familiar with, I suggest that the store owner, they ask that the store owner shows how to operate the gun. I suggest that they go and have some training done, but before, if they're going to carry the gun or have it at home until they have the training or whatever, to take it and shoot it, to have someone to a safe place, a range, and shoot that brand new gun, because some of them, quality control is not always perfect. And to make sure that that ammunition works and that the gun is in working condition, to go shoot it and then carry on with your class. Probably where you shoot the gun at a range, they have a training program right there, and they'll shoot the gun for them for nothing, just to make sure that they're following out the safety procedures.
Well, as you and I have talked about many times, people go, especially a lot of these women will go and buy a gun, and they see it as an appliance, like a mixer or something they'd use in the kitchen, and a firearm is just a little different from that. We class firearms as power tools, and a lot of times if you buy an electric saw or something, you're going to have to do some adjusting on it, find out how it works best. And for instance, Ross here is shooting a Norinco 45, which the Norincos were pretty darn good guns actually, and but you had to change the you put an ambidextrous safety because you're left-handed. Yes, sir. And you need an ambidextrous. That's one of the modifications had to be made to his particular gun. And honestly, friends, the semi-automatics, I think Harold and I will both agree that for the new shooter, someone who's not familiar with guns, don't get a semi-automatic, get a revolver, because they're simpler. And go ahead.
The question I ask the students when we began the class, Johnny, is to ask them what they fight with. And I've had everything said from a stick to a ball bat to a knife to a big shoe or whatever. We fight with our brain. So in order to know what you're doing, you have to know the nomenclature, and you have to know how the gun operates, when to use it, when not to use it, and how to use it. And this is the main thing. Owning a gun doesn't make you a pistol shooter. Right. Owning a gun and going to a certified trainer is the safe way to do it. And then you can come home and show your wife or your husband or your children the safety aspect of the handgun, and everybody will be safer in the home.
You know, as we have been talking, certainly when a lot of us came along, the first person that showed me how anything about a firearm was my father. Well, today we have people that maybe their father didn't.
Maybe through our crazy divorce rate around the country, maybe they didn't even have a complete family. Maybe there wasn't anyone who knew about guns. So now, if we're going to retain our rights as citizens to have firearms, we have got to take the responsibility to learn to use them properly. And something else, if you get a concealed carry permit, this does not make you if you're carrying a gun, you've got to be even more ready to walk away from a fight. Wouldn't you say so?
Very definitely. I say that if any time, any situation develops and you can walk away from it, do it.
Contrary to what Jesse Jackson and some of the rabble-rousers say, sticks and stones can and will break your bones, but words, if somebody's just running their mouth, that's no reason to shoot them. That's no reason to have to pull your gun. No, because just a remark, like I said, unlike some of the civil rights people who say, whoa, if you say the wrong thing, you can be locked up, that's outrageous. What we're saying here is that as long as somebody can run their mouth all day, don't worry about, you're going to have to swallow your pride a little bit. Don't worry about your honor, even your wife's honor. Don't worry about that, because if you're carrying a gun, you have the capability to end it all. And you don't want to be down at the DA's office explaining to the district attorney, say, well, he said something to my wife, made me mad. Okay, because you can say that to all those prisoners you're going to be locked up with for a long, long time. So you've got to know, that's very important, is when, in music, it's as important to know when not to play as it is to play. And this firearm is something similar. This gives you have just taken on a lot more personal responsibility. Remember, those rounds that go down range, every one of them has your name on it. You sent it there, and you're responsible for where every round goes down that range. So we cannot overemphasize. It is still the best means of personal protection that I'm aware of, but it is not to be taken lightly.
Not to be taken lightly at all. In fact, your representative, and here in Louisiana, if you do anything wrong and you're a concealed carry person, they take the concealed carry permit away from you because you're very stringent rules to it. But you have the right to own a gun, but you have the responsibility to know how to handle it, when to use it, and when to walk away.
Well, I certainly agree.
Friends, we need your continued contributions until we can get enough advertisers to keep this thing up. We need your continued contributions, please. You can send them to me, Johnny Rowland, 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Dubberly, Louisiana. Our phone number is area 318-377-5189. But we sincerely do, until we can get this thing up and running. And we desperately need whatever it is, whether it's $5, $10, $25, $50, whatever it is. And please, we know there's somebody out there who can write a big check that will help us get on our feet, start running instead of crawling. We can actually run with your help. Somebody out there could write us a check for $10,000, for $25,000, for $50,000, whatever. Someone can do it, and we desperately want you to think about it, because let me tell you what, friends, we get this project up and running and making money like it should be. We're going to pay these, certainly the larger donations back. But that's the way it has to be. It has to be a donation. But we certainly want to pay it back if we can get this project up running. Of course, Bobby's address is 1025 West Garrison in Carthage, Texas, and that zip code is 75633. His phone number, 903-693-5097. Again, 1-903-693-5097. As long as our 800 number is up, you can try it, 1-800-728-8486. We sincerely need your help. Please don't stop now. We're certainly on. We're running. Please, we need all the help we can get. It has been a difficult time, but you know what? With your help, we're going to make it. We do also have some opportunities for full or part-time people in helping us to sell advertising. We have some positions, commission sales on advertising. Please give Bobby a call and talk to him. Area 903-693-5097. And friends, please keep those letters coming, because literally that's why we're here today, is because of your contributions.
His election contest in the state courts. saying that the amount of time that he's allowed under state law not allow him to prepare the case, which is certainly correct. He is going to take his fight to the United States Senate. A lot of people are shouting, loser and crybaby. And I want to comment about that. If somebody steals your belongings out of your house, mugs you and runs off with your purse or your wallet or your suitcase, and you get to holiday screaming, are you a poor loser? I think not. I think that's just a matter of trying to see the justice of the matter. If Woody loses his case, it will at least be after a full investigation is done by the United States Senate. I don't know what the outcome is going to be. I will say that in some precincts, the voting was extraordinarily heavy. I understand in one precinct, 5% of the people registered. The problem comes, of course, with the federal motor voter law, that will let everybody but his brother register. What Woody's doing is comparing signatures on the book when they come in to vote with their signature card when they sign up to vote. It seems inconceivable to me on a Tuesday, which is a working day, that you can get almost 100% of the people in any particular precinct to vote unless they're on welfare. And I believe that Woody will get a fair hearing in the United States Senate. I don't think he could have gotten a fair hearing in the state courts because of the time constraints. I still don't know what's happened to Bob Norman out in California. I do know that two other House races that the CNN and other networks declared the Democrats to be winners. It's turning out to be wrong. The Republicans are winning on account of the absentee ballots. Same thing that happened in Maine for Senator Smith. Anyhow, Johnny's going to give you a pitch for trying to keep this program on the air. And that, long and short of that is, he needs help. He needs advertisers. He needs money. If you can send money to him, he can put it to good use. You can get somebody to advertise on the show, that would be even better. Because we like the show to be self-sufficient. If it ever gets to be self-sufficient, I'm going to encourage them to return the generous donation that people have been making back to them with a thank you note. And hopefully we can keep this show on the air. We've got 2 years to go now. No one knows what's going to happen in 2 years, but at least we won't have to fight Clinton this time.
Friends, we need your continued contributions until we can get enough advertisers to keep this thing up. We need your continued contributions, please. You can send them to me, Johnny Rowland, 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Dubberly, Louisiana. Our phone number is area 318-377-5189. But we sincerely do until we can get this thing up and running. And we desperately need whatever it is, whether it's $5, $10, $25, $50, whatever it is. And please, we know there's somebody out there who can write a big check that will help us get on our feet, start running instead of crawling. We can actually run with your help. Somebody out there could write us a check for $10,000, for $25,000, for $50,000, whatever. Someone can do it, and we desperately want you to think about it, because let me tell you what, friends, we get this project up and running and making money like it should be. We're going to pay these, certainly the larger donations back. But that's the way it has to be. It has to be a donation. But we certainly want to pay it back if we can get this project up running. Of course, Bobby's address is 1025 West Garrison in Carthage, Texas, and that zip code is 75633. His phone number at 903-693-5097. Again, 1-903-693-5097. As long as our 800 number is up, you can try it, 1-800-728-8486. We sincerely need your help. Please don't stop now. We're certainly on. We're running. Please, we need all the help we can get. It has been a difficult time, but you know what? With your help, we're going to make it. We do also have some opportunities for full or part-time people in helping us to sell advertising. We have some positions, commission sales on advertising. Please give Bobby a call and talk to him. Area 903-693-5097. And friends, please keep those letters coming, because literally that's why we're here today, is because of your contributions. Friends, thank you for being with us today. We've run out of time for today's show, but we'll look forward to seeing you on the next shooting show.